So a little bit about my background. I started out in the automotive industry 10 years ago. And in the automotive industry, it was a pivotal time, right? Because websites were becoming responsive, dealers were investing more in PPC campaigns, and there was a lot more competition coming to market. So gaining that insight and experience lent itself well into coming into the heavy-duty trucking industry, which I've been in now for a little over 4 years. One of the first big challenges when I started in heavy-duty trucking was implementing a CRM. Knowing that coming from automotive, whether it's B2C or B2B, it's understanding what that customer journey looks like and understanding what, if any, breakpoints there are in that customer journey. Once we were able to get the CRM set up, the next step for me was understanding, how were we displayed online? And that was going to our Google business pages, right? So we have 8 locations, but our website only presented the one location, right? So we took the Google business page and we made sure that every Google business page had a locational page set. More importantly, we were able to record the phone calls that we got off of those Google business pages to understand what that customer was doing and how we were handling that customer interaction on our end. One of the biggest breakpoints that we quickly realized was that the customer didn't realize they were calling the wrong location. And that all stemmed from the fact that regardless of which Google business page they got onto, when they clicked that website, they went to our main website. So in the top of the website, it had sales, parts, and service numbers. So when they were calling, they were expecting to get that local dealership, but yet they were getting our one location in Baltimore. So you can imagine that customer got frustrated. And of course, because we were recording the phone calls in our CRM, we realized that we had to change that. And to change that, it was setting the foundation of making sure that our customers, regardless of which Google business page they came about, that they went to the right place on our website, which goes back to those locational pages. So when they clicked on it, they were immediately able to get to sales, parts, and service. And just from that one change, we not only increased our conversions, which would be a phone call or a form fill, more importantly, that customer, instead of taking 6 minutes on average to get a hold of us, it was under 60 seconds, so under a minute, for that customer to get to the intended department. So once we were able to take care of the foundational aspects of our website, which included building out the CRM, recording the phone calls, building out the locational pages, it was time to go to the owner with a business plan. And that business plan was built on understanding, well, how can we grow our business for parts, sales, and service in what we call our area of opportunity? So part of that was saying, well, look, one area in our AOR makes 25% of our total business opportunity. So what are we doing to gain new business in that AOR? So the business plan consisted of, we needed to find a partner who can help us achieve those goals, which was to increase our phone calls, right? Getting those prospective customers connected to the right department. And from doing that, we were able to build results, very successful results. One of the biggest areas of opportunity for us was also in sales. One of the things we quickly realized is that customers are searching by the application of the truck, right? So let's say they need a landscape dump for a landscaping company. The customer's literally searching in Google, landscape dump for sale near me. And prior to working with our partners at MaxConnect, we weren't visible for that. So after we had built a business plan of saying, look, we want to increase our sales, we were able to increase our sales because when the customers were searching for those trucks, Beltway Companies came up. But more importantly here is that when they were actually able to direct that customer directly to what they call a VDP, vehicle display page. So that customer was immediately able to see that, Beltway Companies not only has, trucks for sale, right? We sell trucks. They also have the truck that I'm looking for. And that's the key word here, looking for. We were able to reach customers that were in the market. And that's what the biggest opportunity is here for all dealerships. Imagine if you're able to capture a customer who is actively searching to purchase, but if you're not visible, is that customer necessarily going to purchase from you? Perhaps. Instead of hoping that we would get a customer to sell them a truck, customers are now coming to us because we're offering a relevant campaign and relevant content to that customer who's intending to purchase a truck. And from what we found, as we continued to sell more trucks than what we previously did, because we were getting in front of more customers that were intending to purchase, we were able to continue to increase our budgets. And we've continued to increase. because we realized the power behind getting that customer who's intending to purchase to Beltway Companies and positioning ourselves so that every time a customer searches for a truck within our AOR, Beltway Companies is the first dealership to show up. And by doing that, it's keeping your dealership at top of mind. And not just for truck sales, for parts and service, right? Because the whole goal is we offer more than just, truck sales, right? We're all about, our tagline for us is delivering more than trucks. And we do. We have parts and service, we have rental, and we have leasing. But guess what? None of that matters if that customer can't find you or they don't know or are unaware that you offer those services. When we first started advertising, we didn't have a budget in terms of we're going to spend this much for PPC, we have this much for SEO. It stemmed from having a business plan. And even in the beginning, we started off at a certain amount, and that was what we had monthly. I knew if I went to my owner and said that, look, because you invested this much, and the key word is invested, you invested, spend to increase our opportunities to sell trucks, parts, and service. And when I went back and said, not only did we sell this much, we also sold it because we have a solid business plan. And that business plan was, again, does our website offer relevant content for that customer? Does it offer the customer a good experience? Can they quickly find what it is that they're looking for? All of those steps, including recording those phone calls and those leads in our CRM, led to us being able to increase our budgets, again, because of the business plan. And throughout the months, as we continued to see increased traffic and quality traffic and phone calls, we soon and quickly realized, well, hey, that's great, we've got this campaign going for sales. Now we need to leverage that success and translate that into parts and service. So after building the campaigns that were specific to parts and service, again, we didn't start out with a large budget. We started off at our main location, and after 1 or 2 months of doing those campaigns, we realized the opportunity that we had to get customers who otherwise wouldn't think to buy parts or do service with us. And that continued to grow, not just at our main location, but at all 8 of our locations. And from there, we've continued to realize just the sheer amount of opportunity that we were missing because we weren't visible to that customer. Very few vendors or agencies were willing to adapt to our vertical specifically and help us with our goals, being flexible, knowing that we had a lot of uphill battles and challenges, right? Because in a lot of ways we were breaking the mold. We were offering something that frankly didn't quite exist in our industry. Yes, you'll find endemic sites within the industry, and by that you've got the Truck Paper, you've got Convoy and others. They're not representing you as a dealership. They might be representing a truck that you sell, but what about you as a dealership? So it was very important to us to find a partnership that was invested in our success just as much as we were. And that's what we found with Max Connect. They're not an agency, they're partners that continuously deliver and work endlessly to ensure that our goals are not just met, but are exceeded. And that's what also gives us the flexibility to and continue to invest more spend, flexible spend. No matter what the objective is, they're going to find a way to make it happen and make it happen with solid results. And 2 years later, we're continuing to expand and grow. And one of our next biggest projects working with Max Connect is offering a fully fledged e-commerce store for our customers. That project, though, derived from 2 years ago and us seeing, because of the quality of work that they do and getting more parts customers, that we could offer the solution. But that was possible because of the partnership we have with Max Connect and understanding that that would be the next step for us as a dealership. To get your journey started, have a solid foundation. That foundation is having a CRM setup, one that can track your phone calls, one that can track your conversions, whether it's a phone call or a form fill, to then really go through your website and make sure that you're offering your customer, your prospective customer, what they'd expect for part sales and service. By doing that, it's going to increase the value in your ad spend, right? Because not only do you have relevant content on your website, but by effective ad spend, now you're getting more prospective customers to your website for sales, parts, and service. You're also then able to understand, do you have any breakpoints with those conversions, right? So you get that customer on there. Now, are your internal teams effectively handling those phone calls or those opportunities? And that's really how you get started. So the top 5 things that you should do to get your business plan started is to first get your CRM set up. That's the top priority, right? Because that it's going to allow you to track your phone calls. It's going to allow you to track your conversions. And it's more importantly going to allow you to see what impact your advertising campaigns have had, right? The second piece of that is optimizing your website. And I say that because if you don't have your CRM set up, you're not necessarily able to track your phone calls or your form fills if you're getting any leads, right? The third piece to that is once you've got your website optimized and you're offering a relevant experience with that customer or for that customer, is partnering with an ad agency. And by doing so, now those goals that you set up in your business plan by offering a relevant website to your customer, now you can focus on creating business plans for sales, parts, and service, which is the third, fourth, and fifth point. Because now you're able to offer a business plan for each sector of business, because each of those sectors has its own goals and intentions, right? So, and from doing those ad campaigns with an agency and a partnership, you're then able to expand the content that you're offering to that customer. And from understanding how that customer interacts with your website, that is going to give you a lot of valuable insight and that first party data that's so invaluable to be able to be flexible with whether it's your spend because you realize that you're having tremendous success with your service or parts campaigns, your sales, but more importantly, you're growing your business. And as you grow your business plans will change. And that's why too, having that foundation of that CRM, to go back to that, that's a key pillar for being able to continue to build your business plans.